So, spoiler alert, guys, it delivers. Yes, it definitely delivers on its promise. Good afternoon, Automotive Fanatics. It's Peter, your Automotive Fanatic, coming at you guys once again with a product review. We are going to be working on the Mini Cooper, and I am super excited about today's project. So without further ado, here's what we got going on today. You're probably wondering what is in here. I'll tell you. It is the JB4 Plus for the Mini Cooper. So you guys are probably wondering, what is the JB4 module? In essence, it is a piggyback unit that connects to several different sensors within your vehicle. And what it does is, I'll say, it intercepts the signals that is being sent to your car's ECU, and it alters it. So it makes your car boost higher and still retains many of the safety features of the car. The way that BMS markets this is it is essentially a plus tune for the car, meaning it's not super aggressive. It essentially makes a little more power than what the OEM setup does. This specific one here is going to plug into one sensor, which is going to be your mass airflow sensor in the Mini Cooper. Extremely easy to do. It's literally a 5 or 10 minute project. Plugs right in and you are pretty much set. You don't have to program it or anything at all. I stand correct, guys. There is, if you open this box here, there is actually a switch that you can dial back if you are running less octane. So you open this up, you're gonna dial back to maybe like 40% or 50%. It comes directly from BMS at full power, which is roughly 1.5 to 2 pounds of additional boost. If you dial back to say 50%, it's going to have less boost, and that is to keep things safe if you are running a lower octane. So in California, I run 91 octane with roughly 2 gallons of E85, and that bumps me up to roughly 92, 93 octane. So I'll run it at full JB Plus power. So that is a nice advantage for the unit. The other main advantage as to why you might want to use this, it is actually carb approved, or it's got a carb sticker here. So if you put on your car, you get a smog check, and if they ask you, hey, what is this? You can say, hey, it's a module that plugs in. It's got a sticker, so it's totally legal. And the biggest selling point for the JB4 Plus module is because it is a piggyback unit that connects to one sensor, you can remove it very easily for leasing purposes, or if you want to maintain your factory warranty, just unplug it. And then when you're done servicing, put it back. It's that easy. Now, there are other manufacturers that make similar piggyback units. Are they better? Unfortunately, I can't tell you guys that because I don't have other units to test. But in all experiences that I've had, they're going to produce similar amounts of power. It's not where one's going to make a drastically more power than another. Where you want to make more power is going with an ECU tune. Those are going to make more power than the JB Plus because they're not tapping into sensors. These are actually software that is taking all of the different parameters of your vehicle and altering it and adjusting the different levels to make more power. So in aspects of the ECU tune, those are going to be better for your car. They're going to make more power, but at the cost of dollar amount, they're definitely more expensive, sometimes 2 to 3 the cost of a piggyback tune, and they're not easily removable. You have to find some way of, if you're sending it to the the dealership to have it serviced, you have to have some way of actually turning that tune off or going back to stock. And again, it may void your warranty. So it really is dependent upon your need as to what level of, I'll say, a tune you want to go. Whether you want to go with the piggyback or if you want to go with the true ECU tune, that's really up to your guys' specific need. So let's go ahead and get started on this this installation. It's literally, again, going to take me 5 to 10 minutes to do. So here we have the engine bay, and you have your mass flow sensor right here. This is the one that you're going to actually tap into. And the easiest way to do it is you want to use some type of pick to get in here. So you're going to push down on this little lever here, and you're going to pull this out. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but if you push on this lever over here, this piece actually goes up. So if you are having a difficult time, you can go from this side with the flathead screwdriver and pop this up and pull this device off here. So then what you'll do is you'll connect this side here, and it only goes in one way. If you try to do it this way, it does not go in. So simply plug it in like this. You're going to switch this however you want to do it, just like such. And then this one will go in like this. Burger's connections are amazing. Very nice stuff here. So you'll push this one here and it locks it in. So now it's done. From here, what you can do is you can go ahead and zip tie both ends here if you're super OCD like me, which I will end up doing, and that keeps it nice and intact. So guys, I was not kidding when I told you it's literally going to take you 5-10 minutes, was even pushing it, but that is how easy it is to install. So we're going to go ahead and do some driving with some impressions of the JB Plus module. Alright, so we are on the road, and we're gonna go ahead and just kind of see how this Mini feels here with the JB Plus. I've got it in sport mode, and I put it in manual shifting. Got up relatively quick. It feels pretty good, guys. It's got nice pull to it. Power comes on at like 3,000. So I will say this here, I've driven this car enough in the OEM mode in Sport Plus. It feels like what the JB4 does is it takes the stock mapping and adds a couple pounds of boost to it, so it retains that factory power band with more on top of that. So that's how it really feels. Unlike a tune where it may level everything out, this one doesn't seem as though it is smoothing out the power band. It just takes the factory power band and adds on top of it, because I remember driving the in normal mode, and it has that bump of power right above 3,000, and it pulls, and then you could feel the turbo taper off, say after 4.5 to 5,000, and that is what the JB Plus feels like as well. It's got that nice surge of power after 3,000 RPMs and then some, and then it starts to taper off a little more. So that's kind of my initial impression. Unlike a tune, there's no adaptation mode to this thing, so you're not going to need time for it to adapt. Maybe 5 minutes or so for the ECU to make its changes, but again, it's not like a tune where you're gonna need a couple 100 miles or so to change. So this here has been a nice gentle increase in power. I won't say that it's going to make a tremendous amount of power, because it's not designed for that. It's just designed to make extra power on top of the OEM power curve. So that's what it really feels like. Now, seat of the pants difference, I do feel a more sense of urgency to the car, wanting to pull, which is good. The other one, in its stock trim, it just feels like it has some increase of power from the turbo, but this one definitely has a bump a little more. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, it definitely has a nice bump in power. So let's go ahead and head back, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts on the JB Plus. So for this test, what we are going to do is we are going to use my gauges that I have set up off of the OBD sensor here. And as you can tell, I have my AFR, I have the coolant temperature, I have vacuum and boost. I also have ambient temperature as well as the intake temperature here, so that you guys can see some changes. What I will go ahead and do is I'm going to do a couple of pulls so that you guys can see how much boost the JB Plus is putting on the Countryman. And hopefully these temperatures here are going to be relatively close throughout our pulls. I will leave the car in sport mode and in manual shifting. So let's go ahead and get started with a couple of these samples using the JB Plus tuner. Right at 30. We are back from our little test drive using the JB Plus module on the Mini Cooper. In short, I will tell you it delivers. As I'd stated earlier, as a spoiler alert, I think you guys will like the JB4. Again, the main advantages is the fact that it's so easy to install. You guys saw me do it in under 5 minutes, and it gives you a fair amount of power. Is it going to be neck snapping power? Absolutely not. BMS does not market this product as that. They market the product as something that's going to add a little more power, which it does. Now, I had also included for you guys just some nighttime polls that I did to show the boost levels, and you did see using the JB4, it averaged typically about 1.5 to 2 pounds of additional boost over stock. The motor even sounds different. There definitely is a sense of urgency in the little motor to pull you to excessive speeds. So you guys will be happy. I will tell you, full disclosure, BMS did provide me with the JB4 Plus to test. But I did tell them I will give my honest input whether I like it or not. So in short, I like the product, and I think there's definitely that users group that will like it as well. For the hardcore users that are looking for the most power, this is not going to be the product for you. You want to go with the tunes so that you can add so much more customization to your car. You can throw on additional mod support. But then again, you're looking at spending thousands of dollars, where the JB4 Plus, you're just throwing in a couple $100 into the car and you've got some better pep and go. So now the Mini Cooper feels better. It feels faster. Is it excessive? Absolutely not. Again, there's definitely going to be a niche for it. I would give it a 2 thumbs up in terms of its product delivery on its promise. So you guys will like it. As usual, guys, thank you so much for supporting my channel and checking out another product review. This is going to be Peter, your automotive fanatic, signing off until the next time, my friends.